Guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways that you can take a glass and take a coin and make the coin go through the glass. Now, a few of these are going to be harder than the next, but I have an easy, a medium, and a hard version so that any skill level, or if you guys want to try them all, you certainly can. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alrighty, so we're going to start with method 1, which is the beginner method. Now, this is the easiest method. There's 2 ways actually to do it. They're very, very similar. There's only about one thing that's different, and I'm super simple. But first, let me just give you a really fast performance. Both methods. Okay, so that was the performance. Now, in either of these methods, you are going to need at least 1 coin. So you can do either of these methods, but in the first one, you are going to need 2 coins. I'm using half dollars. They just have to be the same type of coin. It doesn't matter which one you use, but I would suggest bigger than smaller because it'll make sense in a second. And then you're going to need a glass. Now, what are you going to be doing? I'll show you the first method first, which uses 2 of them. But basically, both of the methods rely on having a coin placed here, and it's called hand palm, like this. So what that means is that if you're holding the glass, it's still palmed here, and at any point you can drop the coin into the glass and make it appear. Now, in the first one, we have 2 coins. This one is already going to be in hand palm. You can just set your hand down like this, so you show them the glass and the coin. Generally, I will put the coin just like this on my fingertips, the extra one. Now you're going to grab this, and basically I do 1, 2, and then on 3, I shove down and maybe even like flick it a little bit. And at the same time, I'm going to be dropping this coin from above, and I don't want to sit like this for too long because you can see that you're going to be able to see the coin underneath. So I immediately tilt my hand like this up, and I'm still holding that glass, and then I keep tilting it. So now you can see I have it in finger palm like this, and I'm tilting the glass. Now it's completely closed over. As I tilt the glass, I pour the coin out, and then you can immediately let them examine all of it. They can examine the coin, they can examine the glass, and you can just either keep this finger just like resting here, or you can just ditch it in your pocket and go into the next trick. Now that is the first one. Obviously it has 2 coins. The second method you saw is the same, except it only uses 1 coin, which is basically the only thing that else that you'll have to learn is some kind of false transfer. Now, it could be something like such as this. It could be the French drop. It could also be just simple putting it in the hand like this. It could even be something like the Hammer Vanish type thing. It's easier for me to do it with a bigger coin, but where you take the coin like this, put it in that hand, and you still have it on your pinky. However, because you need the coin to be in this position, I would suggest just doing a plain old, what's this called? I forget the name, but like this, where you put it in there, because basically that'll put you in this position. And so what I'll do is I'll just flick it back like this, and then I'll even like just go to pretend to grab something, and I'll just use my back to kind of like shove it into position. I'll go here, and then you want to pick up the glove, and then you basically just do 1, 2. You have nothing in here, but they think you have the coin. You go 1, 2, and on 3 you open and slap at the same time you drop. So 1, 2, 3. And I love that the sound of hearing that coin rattle, it makes everything so much better. Because if it was just like, for example, I'll try and show you. If it was like 1, 2, 3, and then it fell, it's not good, right? But if you time it right, like 1, 2, 3, it really looks like you're slapping that coin straight through. And the best thing with one coin, which is I obviously prefer one coin, is that then you have nothing in your hands. You can show both hands empty. You can take the coin out, and again, they can examine it. Alrighty, so this next one is very good. It's obviously a little bit harder. It's more of an intermediate one, but to learn this, you're actually going to want to learn a trick that's also goes along the same mechanics. It's called the strike vanish. It's like this: 1, 2, and then on 3 you make it vanish. And all it is that on 3 you're simply throwing the coin up. Oops, I missed that. You're simply throwing the coin up and then just catching it with your other hand. So like this, and you're just catching it here. But if you do it fast enough, it looks like you're just doing that. It's the same thing for this trick. The only difference is that you have, unlike the last one, you're not going to be holding the coin like this. You're going to be holding it like this. So whenever you're facing someone, the bottom of the cup is going to be facing them. You're going to be tapping with the side of the bottom. You're going to be tapping the coin once, twice, and while you're tapping it for each one, you kind of want to move your hand up a little bit with the coin so that they don't really see it when you toss the coin up to catch it, okay? Because you're basically going to be tossing it up and then catching it just like that and letting it slide down, okay? Alrighty, so that is the intermediate one. It is a really fun trick. It's a little bit harder, but make sure to practice it, guys, and you can get it down. And the cool thing is that when you do, obviously, you can do the strike vanish too. It's kind of like a bonus trick. But now let's get into the last version. It is the advanced version. Alrighty, guys, just by the way, I thought that it was kind of funny. I wanted to let you guys know right now when I was making the performance for it, I messed up about 2 or 3 times. Get out! It is really hard, I'm just letting you guys know. But the one thing I do want to say, this is another one where you only need 1 glass and 1 coin, but I know it's possible with anyone because I've seen people do it, different types, but I'm just letting you guys know if you're practicing this one and you're having a lot of trouble, something that helps me a lot is the type of glass. For this trick, I tend to use a much smaller in length. You can see this is the one I was using for the other ones. Comparing it, it's like about half the size. So it doesn't matter if it's thick, but smaller is more helpful to me. So you're going 1, 2, and on 3, instead of dropping an extra coin, what you're doing is hitting. You're gonna have you're going, so on 1 and 2, it's about in the center of your palm, but basically the motion I'm doing is 1, and then I bring it down here, and I'm keeping it palmed for 1, right? It's still there. 2, it's still there, but after I do 2, I'm letting it drop to my fingertips so that it's almost at the edge, because basically what I'm gonna be doing is hitting my hand, and it's gonna fly up, it's gonna bounce off the inside of my hand, and then it's gonna land in the cup, okay? So, and again, I will do a slow-mo as well, so you guys can see, like that. Alrighty, guys, well, this has been a really fun video. I know, obviously, that one was really hard. Some of these may be hard for you guys, some may be easy, but please take my advice. They're all really great tricks. I advise you to stand in front of a mirror, practice each of them. Even as I was taking the different angles for you guys, I realized how helpful it really is to have different angle shots. Take a video of yourself while you're doing these tricks, or have your friend or brother or sister or whatever, have your friend video it so that you can see how you're doing. If you mess up, you can see what to fix. And by the way, for the one that is kind of like the strike change, I just want to say before I forget that credit goes to Jay Sankey. I believe he was the one who either made or taught that. So I do want to make sure that he gets credit for that. None of these are my tricks. The cool thing is that if you have some pocket change and there's a glass near you, you can do them mostly anywhere. I mean, even the one that uses 2. Generally, you'll have a few quarters or something, so you can probably do them pretty much anywhere. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!